knew this, right? I mean, this is no surprise.
Yeah.
What happens, though, when the replacement cycle is over for the iPhone 6?
And nobody wants to buy iPhones anymore?
Yep, and the comps are really tough.
Well, you know what people are talking about right now is that the manufacturers might come out with like a leasing program. Like we lease cars, people might lease phones. So they're going to find a way to keep it relevant, and they're going to find a way to keep jam-packing this with
We're going to
new
lease
apps.
phones? Hold on a second.
No, analysts are speculating that we're going to
before.
start leasing phones. I mean, think about it. These are like, what, $700? And the phone companies are no longer subsidizing. So you're paying full price, a little bit every month, but it adds up.
So what do you think? 63% revenue, too dependent on one product?
It's hard to say too dependent because, I mean, look at this. This is $150 billion in revenue that they rake in from that. The luxury car market, BMWs, that's $200 billion. So you have a product that's essentially able to replicate an entire industry in some areas. So it's hard to argue with the strategy behind that, with the idea that, you know, you're overly dependent on this. What Apple really needs to do, though, they really need to get off the stick in terms of the Apple TV product. They're going to come out with a new one next week, a new, you know, kind of new hardware. It's going to have a couple new features, but they, as we reported, they're not going to come out with like the over-the-top service, the new service where they're actually out there providing the entertainment over the internet. And we also understand that they're going to get into they're considering getting into their own programming. So they're really trying to move into some of these new areas, but it's not happening that quickly. Watch, it's out. Very, very popular, but it's still a very, very small percentage of their revenue.
And Fitbit still wins in that market, too, so it's not like Apple has overtaken that.
No, not at all. But I think that the rumors of the weakness around the Apple Watch, those have been greatly exaggerated. There's a lot of demand for it. Again, though, still very, very small.
Yeah, still a fraction compared to the iPhone. So we are including the new TV, new Apple TV product next week. We're also expecting to see a new iPhone. Any rumors leaking on how different the new phone will be? What is it, the 6S?
So, yeah, well, we don't know what it's going to be called. It could be called the 6S. Design-wise, I don't think it's going to look very different from this, but it's going to have a couple cool new features. It's going to have Force Touch, so that'll, you know, basically how hard you press down on it will determine what you do, what the function is. People are pretty excited about that. Faster processor, that's another thing that'll help, you know, keep those apps moving quickly, keep you able to kind of toggle between one and the other. But no, design-wise, it's not going to be a big leap forward.